Hey there, I'm Mundane Designs. Wait a minute. Um, you should be watching the old ass retro gamer. Stop staring at me. Don't look at me. Look at him. Watch him. Skip ahead.
Hey everyone, Chris, the old-ass retro gamer here, and welcome to another episode in the Licensed Video Game Challenge. Out of all the topics I've done so far, this was the hardest to nail down, at least for me, because not a lot of people like licensed games. Not everyone is a connoisseur of them like I am, both good and bad. So, is there anything anyone would really consider to be overrated when it comes to a licensed game? In my case, yeah, there are a few. The one that I decided to pick today is going to be very controversial because it is a huge fan favorite, otherwise I would not consider it to be overrated. So prepare yourselves. If you end up running into me at a convention, please don't shank me. I'd appreciate it. My choice is GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64.
Now I got to cut you.
For those not in the know, it is a first-person shooter where you play as James Bond and you are loosely going through events of the movie over the course of the game, and like I've said plenty of times, that's something that always has to happen in order to extend the game to a decent length, so it's not a 2-hour-long game like a 2-hour movie. So this is a game that basically defined the Nintendo 64, at least within the people that I knew back when this was relevant. Everyone I knew back then was playing this game non-stop. Once they would beat the game, they would just do nothing but the multiplayer, and while I do enjoy GoldenEye the movie, I still do to this day. I think it's the best of the Brosnan Bond films. This game just does not hold up at all. I do remember enjoying the single player quite a bit, but I could never get into the multiplayer. I thought it was so hard to see what the hell you were doing. Nintendo 64 didn't do multiple TVs with multiple consoles. It was all on one television, and your television, your CRT, was 4x3, not a widescreen television. So when you had 4 people playing, that thing was split into 4 tiny little screens, and you had to like squint and look to see what was going on, and since everything was so blocky and kind of samey looking, it was hard for me to decipher what the hell I was looking at any given time. And I would always get my ass handed to me. I did not find it fun in the slightest. I don't know how anybody could have had fun playing this in multiplayer back then, let alone today. I absolutely hated it. The single player doesn't really hold up at all anymore, and based on my hate for the Nintendo 64 because I dislike that controller intensely,
Grow up.
I have absolutely no desire to go through and play it ever again. I own a copy of this basically for nostalgic purposes, and because one of my goals was to get all the Bond games, so I kind of had to have it. I have yet to play through the remake of this for the Wii or the PlayStation 3. The graphics are horrendous. Even back then I thought the graphics were kind of... The play control is wonky because of that shit-ass controller, and it's just a very, very dated FPS as far as I'm concerned. And to me, it does not deserve any of the kudos it is still getting. I mildly enjoyed this game back in the day. Nowadays, I'm just like, no. And the sad thing about me not really enjoying this game is, it was a game made by Rare, my favorite developer of all time. And this is one of the few games that they worked on where I'm just like, you know what, I don't need to ever experience this ever again. It makes me sad to say that, but, you know, it is what it is. Only good thing about that game to me is the music. So there you have it. That's my choice for the most overrated licensed video game I own. I know a lot of people are going to be upset by that choice because it is, like, considered a absolute classic, but I just can't do it anymore. I can't. Nope. Sorry. I apologize, but what can you do? I hope you are enjoying this series of videos so far. It is only day 16. We still got a long way to go. And if you feel up to it and you want to do your own licensed video game challenge, feel free. I welcome it. Either make it a long, epic thing with all the topics combined into one video, or break it up the way I did it with a topic a day. And if you're not up to that, leave a comment below. Let me know what is your most overrated licensed game that you've played. There are plenty of them I can think of. This is just the one that stood out to me. So until tomorrow's new topic in this series, I'm Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off.
You finished?
Yes.
Good.